Okay, okay. This ain't the future.
Good morning, TFH families. Kids. Live. Listen, season 1, episode 12. I don't know if you got to catch that, but guys, it's been a hard 30 days. Like, I've been training. Like, one thing's for sure, my shirt is too tight. Now, let's talk about episode 12. All right? We have so much to, like, cover, but it's okay. We'll get there. Michaela, good morning. How are you?
Good. Tired.
Tired?
Yes.
Why are we tired?
I don't know. We're just tired today.
All right. 28-day challenge.
Yes.
All right. We've talked about reading your Bible daily using the app. We've talked about forgiving more.
Yeah.
And we've talked about doing one nice thing for your family. One nice thing. You have 24 hours, maybe -8 while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
But you have 24 hours to do one nice thing for your family.
Yes.
Not too hard. So, in this challenge, we did promise one kid could be the referee next Sunday.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
This is when you're going to your parent and saying, Mom, Dad, I want to be the referee. Get in contact with us.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook, email. And if you don't have any of that stuff, I'm pretty sure if you like text Josh Jansen, Pastor Josh, he'll be like, Carlos, someone texted me. And there's multiple ways to get in contact with us, all right?
Yeah.
But funny enough, forgiving more is what we're talking about today.
Exactly.
4 weeks ago, when we started our 28-day challenge, I had no idea that was going to be like the message today.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. It's
I
like
love
it
it.
just talks how like in sync everything is. Like it's the right season to talk about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Michaela,
Yes. That is my name.
what is happening behind you?
We've got Jade doing a TikTok dance for us.
Okay. So she's TikToking.
Yes.
I
I think they call it renegading.
So I don't TikTok at the moment. My wife is obsessed with it.
I love TikTok.
She sounds just like you. I love it. Listen, Wes does too. Another fun and exciting thing. Good morning, Sophie. How are you? How has your week been? I see you. Hello.
Yeah,
Another-
keep chatting with us.
Yeah, for sure. Jump in this
Please.
chat. Hit that like button. Smash subscribe.
We love
which
talking
we
to you
actually have to
guys.
talk about that as well.
Yes.
We have our own YouTube channel
I know.
that we want to start streaming from it, but we need more subscribers. So we actually placed it. You probably saw it this morning. When you go on the YouTube TFHNY, you see the TFH Kids. We're not
Yes.
streaming from it yet. What we're going to do is start uploading our videos into our channel to get more like
Yeah.
our own identity
Right.
in our own YouTube channel.
Easier to find.
Easier to find too. YouTube/TFH Kids.
Yes.
Like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But we can't stream live without the subscribers. So subscribe. If you're not subscribed to that one, please do it. Thank you.
And if you like us, please give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. I don't care about the thumbs up. I know I do. Here, me out. Sophie, I'm glad you're doing good. Estelle, hi, good morning. So, another exciting thing is this week, I don't know if your parents are signed up. I hope they are. TFH, the Father's House. We are doing and starting a prayer journey with Pastor Pierre.
Yeah.
We thought it would be amazing if we had our own kids prayer
Yeah.
journey.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. This
'Cause it's
week.
amazing.
Yeah. So I'm posting them on Instagram. Then I will be uploading them to our TFH Kids YouTube that you can find on the TFHNY YouTube. So they're going to be findable. What I don't want to do is, because we're putting up so much content this week, I don't want to like bombard parent emails with tons of videos that we're sending. All right, so hear me out. We're starting a 5-day kids prayer journey starting tomorrow. We're posting the first one at noon. Then I'm also, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've had a couple of commercials of like me training this entire month.
Yeah, we've got some more commercials coming at you.
Well, we're posting those because if you don't want to watch the 30-minute review just to watch the 2-minute video, we're posting those this week as well. We have exciting news. Next week is what?
The fight.
Next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Luke, Pastor Luke, next week, you are going down. KK, good morning. Nice to see you. Hear me out. In the chat, what is your favorite part about these last 28 days? And also start talking about how, good morning, Johnny Karate. Talk to me. How do you go about fixing an argument with one of your friends at school, in your neighborhood? How do you fix arguments? That's what the message is going to be talking about. So we're going to dive into that, and we'll come back and talk more about next week. We will see you after this message. Pineapple.
Hey, good to see you here. Did not expect to see you here right now. I'm doing great. How are you? Is that something new with your hair? I like that. That's very fashionable. That's in right now, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have a chicken behind my back. What? No.
That won't even be close to the weirdest thing I see this week.
We are Connect HQ.
Every day we help the people of the world.
Live God's way.
We look for the links.
Make the connection.
And you never know what might happen.
My name's Harper, and this is the time we learned what's true when we're stuck in the middle.
Hey Connect HQ, Fiona here, and this is Walt. Tell him what you were telling me.
I have 2 best friends at school. Their names are Violet and Tyler. Usually we get along great. All 3 of us really like singing in the choir. But last week we had solo auditions, and Violet got the solo that Tyler said he really wanted. So now Tyler's mad at Violet and said some kinda mean things about her. So she said some mean things about him. And they both expect me to pick a side. But they're both my best friends. What am I supposed to do?
What do you think, Connect HQ? Can you help Walt figure out this problem?
Well, hey, Harper.
Hey, Alyssa, how's the remodel going at your grandparents' place?
It's going great. By the time I'm done, it'll be about 75% less creepy. What's going on at HQ?
I just got this field office call, and I'm not sure where to start.
Well, tell me about the problem.
This kid, his name is Walt. His best friends are fighting, and they want him to pick a side. I know how it feels to be stuck in the middle like that. That's how it felt when my parents were fighting before their divorce.
I felt the same way when my parents got their divorce. I had no idea how to handle that situation.
I know, situations like these are so tough. I was so young then, and I don't know how to use it to help Walt now.
Didn't you go through something similar with Rodney and Vanessa? Remember there was the ping pong and the go fish? It was a big deal.
Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about that. So much has happened since then.
Why don't you try talking with Vanessa and Rodney about what all three of you learned? Maybe you'll figure out a way to help Walt in the process.
I like that plan. Thanks, Alyssa.
No problem. That didn't sound good. I better go.
Gonna be the best exposure.
Are you guys finally gonna tell me what you've been working on?
So you know how Chef Elaine really likes chickens?
Yes.
And you know how nobody here has ever been able to figure out when her birthday is?
Yes.
We figured out when her birthday is.
And we're making the teeniest birthday surprise video. Oh, but no telling anyone else.
You have my word. And I was wondering if you two could help me with a field office call?
Yeah.
Sure. What's the problem?
Remember your fight over the mountains of Wiltshire last year?
Well, Vanessa, are you ready?
I think that's a question you should be asking yourself.
Well, Rodney, are you ready? Yes. Yes, I am, Vanessa.
You know what? Not as ready as I am.
Ahem. 3 games. That's the plan. Ping pong, go fish, and checkers. If Ronnie's team wins 2 out of 3, he will be declared creator of the best game ever, the Mountains of Wiltshire.
And if Vanessa's team wins, which we will, she'll be declared the creator. Let the tournament begin. Yeah, I don't think Rodney and I will be forgetting that fight anytime soon.
Good, because I think we can use that fight to help a kid who's stuck between his 2 friends who are arguing.
Well, I know Vanessa and I didn't like fighting with each other. How did it make you feel when we asked you to pick a side?
Terrible. All I wanted to do was support you both, but it felt like there was no way to do that. In the end, I knew one of you would be upset.
Well, when you're in that situation, not picking sides is the right thing to do. Don't participate in hate.
Don't participate in hate. That's a good point.
And there are some other don'ts that we learned. Like, you don't need to know all the details about who did what to whom.
Or you don't need to hide.
Or pretend like nothing's wrong.
And you don't just need to go with whatever sounds best to you. This reminds me of a certain King Rehoboam that we read about in the Bible. Here, check this out.
This is the story about the God who loves us in the Bible. We found truth and purpose to love God and love others. We're searching God's word for things to discover. This book is alive, full of answers and godly advice. This book is alive. See the wonderful stories inside. Every day I'm searching, read through history and poetry. How much Jesus loves me. God's great story lives. There's no other book like this. This book is alive.
First Kings.
After King Solomon died, his son Rehoboam became king.
Yay! I'm the king now.
The people sent a leader to the new king to speak up for them.
So, how's everything going?
Not so good. Listen, we've worked hard for your father. He made us pay lots of taxes and forced us to work building his palaces. Please give us some rest and we'll be willing to serve you.
I'll tell you what. Give me 3 days to think it over, then come back.
King Rehoboam decided to talk it over with the same men who gave his father, King Solomon, wise advice.
So what should I do? How do you think I should answer the people?
If you will be a servant to the people, have compassion, and work things out with them, they'll end up doing anything for you.
Yes, Your Majesty. That would be the wise thing to do.
Hey, I'm not sure you guys are right. After all, you guys are old. What do you guys think? Should I lighten up on the people? Now tell me what you really think. After all, we have grown up together.
Forget about what those old geezers told you.
Yeah, the people are just being a bunch of whiners. Hey, I know what you should tell them. Tell them my little finger is thicker than my father's waist. If you think my dad worked you hard, you haven't seen the half of it.
Yeah, and then you should say, my dad hit you with whips, but I'll beat you up with chains. That'll show him who's king.
You guys are right. Those old guys don't even know what they're talking about.
3 days later, Jeroboam and the people showed up to hear what King Rehoboam had to say.
Hey, if you think my dad worked you hard, you haven't seen half of it. My dad hit you with whips, but I'll beat you up with chains. What do you think about that?
Get lost, King Rehoboam. We've had it with you.
Go ahead, go. What do I care?
Because King Rehoboam didn't listen to the wise advice of his leaders, the kingdom of Israel was split in half. Instead of ruling over all of Israel, as his father Solomon did, King Rehoboam only ruled over the towns of Judah. The rest of the tribes went with Jeroboam, and he ruled over them.
When King Rehoboam needed help, he could have followed the advice of the wise people around him. Instead, he chose to listen to his friends and followed their advice.
That only made the people hate him even more than they did before. His friend's advice made a bad situation even worse.
That's why it's so important for us to go to trusted adults when we feel like we're stuck in the middle. They can help us figure out what to do next. Which is exactly how Kat helped me during your fight.
Is everything okay?
The Go Fish tournament is up next.
Prepare yourself, resolute badgers.
No, please, badgers can't play Go Fish.
Oh, and you think grasshoppers can?
I'll take that as a no.
Usually we get along so well around here, but everyone's fighting and I don't know what to do.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You would help me? We just met.
I'll let you in on a secret. I love fixing things. Figuring out what's wrong and how I can help best. And I think I can help you, if you want it.
I would really appreciate that. This whole thing reminds me of how my parents used to fight before their divorce. And I didn't know how to talk to them then, and I don't know how to talk to my friends now.
No matter who's fighting around you, you can find peace with God. With His peace, it will be easier for you to talk to others calmly about your feelings. And if you need help when your family or friends are fighting, you can always ask a trusted adult for help.
Like you?
Like me.
Thanks, Kat. This really did help me. I don't know what I would have done without Kat during that fight.
I don't know what we would have done either. She showed all of you what to do when your friends and family are fighting.
Like figuring out how you feel about a situation.
And trusting God.
And asking God for empathy. Empathy means understanding how others feel about a situation. When we put ourselves in someone else's shoes, it makes it easier to share God's love with them. That reminds me of a verse about this idea. Do you want me to teach it to you?
Definitely.
It's from the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 12. It goes like this. Proverbs 10:12.
Proverbs 10:12.
Hate stirs up fights,
Hate stirs up fights,
but love erases all sins by forgiving them.
but love erases all sins by forgiving them.
If your friends and family are fighting, the best thing you can do is encourage them to love, forgive, and move on together.
Finding the courage to do that isn't always easy. It took us a while to be brave enough to talk to the two of you.
But we're both so glad you did.
Go fish.
Rodney, Vanessa, that's enough.
No way, Harper. I'm about to win.
Whatever. I'm about to win.
No, seriously, you guys need to stop this.
We love you both, really. And we know you love each other too.
You guys just need to talk this out instead of doing all of this.
Vanessa and I were only able to work through our problems because you and everybody else decided to show us God's love instead of picking sides.
When your fight first started, I didn't think a happy ending was possible. But God had everything under control. I just had to trust Him and do what I knew He wanted me to do.
That's exactly right. And even when fights don't have a happy ending, we can still trust that God is in control. He's always watching over us and caring for us.
So what do you think? Do you feel like you're ready to make that connection transmission for Walt?
Yeah, I'm ready.
La 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 la.
Great job.
La 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 la.
Yep, you really.
La 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 la.
Well, look. We got a message from Connect HQ. Hey, Walt. My name is Harper, and I'm part of Connect HQ. I learned a great verse that I'd like to share with you. It goes like this. Proverbs 10:12. Hate stirs up fights, but love erases all sins by forgiving them. If your friends are fighting, don't give in to the hate. Instead, encourage them to love, forgive, and move on together. It's also important to go to trusted adults when you're stuck in the middle and don't know what to do next. When King Rehoboam had a fight with his people, he could have listened to the wise people around him. But instead, he listened to his friends, and their advice just made things worse. Keep in mind the do's and don'ts when people around you are fighting. Don't spend all your time trying to figure out what went wrong, hide from everyone, or pretend like nothing's wrong. Do ask God to give you empathy so you can share His love and forgiveness. Do figure out how you feel about the situation. Do trust that God is still in control, no matter what. It's never easy if your friends or family are fighting, but you don't have to stay stuck in the middle. Don't participate in hate, and keep doing what God wants you to do. Even if the fight doesn't end, God can help the people who are hurting. And remember, Connect HQ is here to help you.
Wow, I didn't think that would work. This will definitely help me love my friends. Thank you so much, Connect HQ.
You ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, wait for it. We pan in. And boom! She's gonna love it!
Let's watch it again!
I mean...
No.
Mm-mm.
No, you see, the chickens are a metaphor.
So this was inspired by that French film? Fade to black and white. So what do you think Chef Elaine's gonna think of her birthday present when we give it to her?
I think there's a 50% chance she'll love it.
Mhm.
And a 50% chance she chases us out of Connect HQ with a spatula. If you're stuck in the middle because your friends and family are fighting, it can feel pretty lonely. But you're not alone. Jesus is here for you and wants to help you. If you've never made the decision to follow Jesus with your whole life, you can make that choice today. All you have to do is remember your ABCs. A. Admit. Admit that you've done wrong and ask God to forgive you for disobeying Him.
B. Believe. Believe God sent Jesus to take the punishment for your sin. Trust that you're forgiven because Jesus made you right with God.
C. Choose. Choose to spend your whole life depending on God's power to help you say no to sin. As you live and love like Jesus, tell others God is your leader and number one friend.
Did you make that choice today? If you did, make sure to talk about it with a parent or leader you trust.
Check. Buffalo, how are we doing? Rochester. Oh, yeah. We're in Rochester. I thought we were in Buffalo for a second. Sorry.
Albany.
Listen, the Bills today,
Yeah.
tonight,
8:30.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, like I said, a lot of content to cover, so apologies in advance, because the more information I give you, the more excited and prepared you and we are for what's to come. I'm so excited. Listen, let's talk about the message real quick. Michaela.
Yes.
If friends are fighting, you're supposed to encourage them to love and forgive.
Mm-hmm.
I recall always, if we're friends, we argue.
Yeah.
Period.
It happens.
So, what are some things that you do when you're in an argument with a friend?
Communication, talking in a calm manner, and just expressing, what you're feeling. Also allowing the other person to express how they're feeling.
For sure.
And I think, together, obviously, you can work it out.
Yeah. I know, my go-to is, I need a break. I need some space.
Space is great, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
I also feel like sometimes when you're mad, you can't, sometimes you don't know how you feel until you take that time in quietness. And then, you think it over, and, yeah.
For sure. No, but that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I know if I always react to the moment and the heat.
Yes.
I'm like saying and doing stuff that I would never like, oh, let me just relax.
Mhm.
And that usually helps so much. Listen, God, please help me learn and see the truth that you are teaching me. Okay? So, prayer journey this week. Tune into that.
Yes.
We're releasing the commercials.
Mhm.
Tune into that. Next week, we have
The fight of a lifetime.
the arm wrestling bout of a lifetime. I'm excited for it. I know Pastor Luke is excited for it. We've been chatting. We've been training. We have Johnny Karate's excited. Both of you should win. I like that. That's not how life works. One of us will win. It's going to be amazing. I'm hoping that one is me. But we have so much happening in the next couple weeks. I don't want to.
I'm so happy.
I know. I don't want to just like bomb it all right now and tell you.
Yeah.
But
you guys are in for a treat.
In for a treat.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Make sure, again, we posted the TFH Kids channel on the normal channel. If you're subscribed to TFH New York, you need to also subscribe to our kids channel, because eventually we'll make that switch of all the content being there, and we don't want you to miss out. Next week,
do that again.
don't want you to. I'm trying to like. Renegade. Yeah. So next week, the 31st. This is probably like this is like the longest 4 weeks of my life.
I know.
It all ends next week. I'm excited. I'm excited for the prayer journey starting tomorrow. And listen, TFH Kids, we will catch you guys next week. Pineapple.